When a strong and dangerous villain wakes up and escapes from his prison, now it's up to our heroes to stop him and save the Earth from being destroyed. Spoilers ahead. The movie starts on Prison Island in Japan, where gun guards are watching over Shadow the Hedgehog, who has been in a hibernation state for 50 years. While he's in stasis, Shadow remembers a girl named Maria. Suddenly, the security system is hacked and Shadow is awakened. More gun agents arrive just as Shadow breaks free and escapes. In Green Hills, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles race to see who's the fastest. At the end of their race, Sonic gets tricked by holograms, then discovers that Tails, Knuckles, Tom, Maddie, and their dog, Ozzy, planned a celebration for Sonic's anniversary on Earth. Later, Sonic and Tom visit Sonic's old cave, where they find a drawing of Sonic's friend Longclaw. Sonic says he misses her a lot. Tom reminds Sonic that he stayed true to himself after everything they've been through. Sonic is thankful for him and says he might be a different hedgehog without Tom. The scene then shifts to Shadow in Tokyo, where he discovers he's been trapped for 50 years. He is then surrounded by gun agents. Back in Green Hills, the celebration is interrupted when gun agents, led by director Rockwell, arrive. She takes Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles to Japan for an important mission. When they get to Tokyo, they find that Shadow has been causing chaos after fighting more gun agents. After meeting Shadow, the team is shocked because he looks like Sonic. Sonic tries to talk to Shadow, but Shadow ignores him after seeing them jump out of a gun helicopter. Knuckles attacks Shadow but is quickly defeated. Team Sonic tries to stop him, but Shadow is too powerful for them. Shadow then leaves, warning them not to follow, but Sonic chases him. Shadow catches up, beats Sonic again, and cuffs him at the top of a building. Now, curious for answers, Sonic wants to learn more from Gun. At Chow Garden, the trio meets Commander Walters, who explains that Shadow was found in a meteor and has dangerous chaos energy. He tells them that the lab where Shadow was tested exploded, and the scientist was arrested. Moments later, egg drones attack and badly injure Walters, presumably dead, but before he dies, he entrusts Team Sonic a key card to a secret gun weapon. Then, a mysterious biker appears, disables the drones, and rides away. The trio quickly escapes before Rockwell and other agents arrive who assume they stole the card. Team Sonic catches up to the biker, who turns out to be Agent Stone. He says that he and Dr. Evo Robotnik had nothing to do with Shadow's escape. Stone then takes Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in a giant mechanical crab to meet Evo, who is depressed and eating too much junk food after his last defeat. Reluctantly, Team Sonic agrees to team up with Evo and Stone, and Sonic gives Evo one of his quills. Shadow goes to the old gun facility and remembers his past with Maria, the friend he had there. The scientist, Gerald Robotnik, finds him and tells him about his plan for revenge. Sonic and the others arrive and search the area, but they are quickly captured, and Evo is excited to meet his grandfather, Gerald, whom he thought was gone. As Shadow took the keycard from Sonic, Gerald explains that to use the Eclipse Cannon, a powerful weapon hidden under gun headquarters, he needs a second keycard. The villains tie up Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles and activate a weapon that turns into a mini black hole, which sucks all the matter in its surroundings. Thankfully, they escaped using a ring that teleports them to a safe distance. Evo and Gerald start spending time together in a virtual simulation to catch up on lost time. This makes Stone feel left out and ignored by someone he has always been loyal to. The three return to Tom and Maddie for help. They go to London to Gun HQ, which is where Gerald and Shadow plan to activate the Eclipse Cannon. Tom and Maddie disguise themselves as Rachel and Randall to get inside. They use a special drive that helps Tails hack the system and turn off the energy shield so Sonic can enter. Once inside, they find that Evo and Gerald have already arrived, wearing their own super suits. As they try to reach the key card, Rockwell catches them and changes the gravity in the room. Other agents rush in, and Knuckles helps by breaking into the room, but he smashes the gravity switch, causing everyone to float or get stuck to the ground. During the chaos in the gravity room, Sonic saves Tom and Maddie from falling concrete, which disables the gravity machine. Rockwell takes the card and leaves, but Tom disguises himself as Commander Walters to claim the keycard. Shadow sees Tom in disguise and punches him, thinking he's Walters. Tom is knocked out, and Sonic rushes to help him, which makes Shadow remember his last moments with Maria. Shadow escapes just as Maddie hurries over, and Tom is taken to the hospital. Sonic becomes very angry and vows to get revenge on Shadow. He tells Knuckles to reveal where the Master Emerald is so he can become Super Sonic again, but Knuckles refuses because he promised to guard it since it's so powerful. Tails tries to calm them down, but eventually Knuckles admits that Wade is keeping the emerald. Sonic then goes to Wade and takes the emerald and becomes Super Sonic. Meanwhile, the villains lift the Eclipse Cannon from the River Thames and send it into space. As Gerald reminds Shadow about what happened to Maria, a flashback shows that gun agents once stormed the facility to kill Shadow, but a stray bullet caused an explosion that killed Maria, driving Gerald and Shadow to seek revenge on all humanity. This enrages Shadow and powers the Eclipse Cannon with his chaos energy. Evo is shocked to learn that Gerald doesn't want to rule Earth, he wants to destroy it. Super Sonic flies at high speed, crashing through the facility to fight Shadow. The two hedgehogs battle in a field. Shadow punches out the emeralds from Sonic, snapping him out of his powerful state. The two then rush to acquire the emeralds, causing both hedgehogs to power up. When Shadow teases Sonic for abandoning his friends and family for revenge, Sonic delivers a strong uppercut that sends Shadow all the way to the moon. But just before finishing him, Sonic stops, realizing that revenge isn't who he is. Sonic and Shadow share their grief over losing Maria and Longclaw, and Sonic tells Shadow that revenge will never fix their pain. In the end, they decide to work together to save the world, destroying the robots Gerald sent to kill them. Meanwhile, Evo turns against Gerald after realizing his true plan, and Gerald confesses that he never sees Evo the same way he did with Maria. They fought until Evo cut off his mustache. Gerald tries to push Evo into the abyss, but Evo returns through a portal with Tails and Knuckles. Evo uses Sonic's charged quill to poke Gerald, sending him flying into the Chaos Energy field, where he disappears like a bug zapped by a bug zapper. Then Evo, Tails, and Knuckles work together to change the Eclipse cannon's path while Sonic and Shadow hold off the blast, redirecting it away from Earth but accidentally hitting the moon. The core of the Eclipse cannon is about to explode, and Evo decides to use his last moments with Shadow to push the cannon away from Earth. He sends one final message to Earth which reaches Stone, who sees it. He thanks him for being his only friend. While falling to Earth, Sonic and Tails pass out, but Knuckles uses the last ring to bring them safely back as the Eclipse cannon explodes in space. The heroes return to Green Hills, while Tom recovers from his injuries. Then Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles have another race to see who is the fastest. Mid-credits scene, Sonic runs all the way to a park in New York, where he meets Metal Sonic. He defeats Metal Sonic quickly, but then an army of Metal Sonics appears. One by one, another hedgehog, Amy Rose, takes them all down. Post-credits scene, Shadow is shown to have survived the explosion and picks up one of his inhibitor rings. And the movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the recap, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Share your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for our next movie.